Hey, good evening. It is May 24th, 2021. Welcome to the 5Cs. Uh, Vive Online. The 5Cs of Vive Online. That's a good name. All right. Had a good day. Having a good day today. Did some work. As you all know, my days that I work, I'm a little bit limited in my eve time, but I try to get some in. I was just about to start making a video earlier today, and then a friend of mine called me that I haven't talked to in a long time. And at the exact same moment, another friend of mine who talked to me called and then showed up at my house. So even then, my eve time got cut down, but I'm happy about that. Both of them I had seen. My first friend who was on the phone, I'm going to talk to her later on tomorrow. Um, and but like I've been trying to do lately, I got to stop talking. I got to start doing what I want to do. Um, Trying to put in a little bit of a hint um, at the or a tip at the beginning of one, and I just learned one, and it really feels stupid. Um, you've probably seen in the past me using the maps for even online, the in-game maps. I like using those a lot for scouting and things like that. And I was literally in it earlier, and you know how I usually try to use them so I don't get killed. Uh, but I was just messing around a little while ago, and recently I've been trying to find the new planets for me to start setting up my planetary interaction. I bought a command center and started my first one in the new areas, which I'm going to get to in here a little bit. But my hint is something I just learned, and I feel really dumb for this. And if I could suggest to anybody, if you haven't started using the maps, get used to them. They will keep you alive. They will save you time. Um, right here, I have the map up of the local constellation that I'm in out here in the Great Wildlands. Anybody who doesn't play Eve a whole lot, we'll just give you a zoom in on it here. Won't be on this whole long, but it's a lot of space systems right here, isn't it? Oh wait, there's a lot more. I just love the size of this game. Look at the size. I mean, this is 10,000 solar systems, if I'm not mistaken. But this is where I'm at. But I did not know about this. So as you've seen me in the past, I use this, and you can hover over each one of these systems, and if it pops up, it'll tell you because I have it set on a sort to see how urge pilots in space in those areas. Being in the Great Wildlands, there's not much out here, which I love, but if you go here, there's one pilot and system there. You go farther out, one pilot and system. Now, these are just guys, but you've seen me do this before. Over here, we've got 69 pilots and systems, so there might be a fight going on there. This one's 113 pilots and system. So I'm in the most desolate area possibly, maybe up here a little bit more. But have always used it for that. I knew there were other things to look for, but looking, my suggestion, I'm going to focus on one thing. But if there is one suggestion that I give any new player in regards to the maps are start messing with them. See what options they give you because, like I said, they can save you money and time. And I'll just show you here what I found. Going into geography in the pull downs, there is an actual planets one. And the planets actually show you if you're looking for planets of certain types, this will give it to you. And as an example, barren planets are the most plentiful through all of, all of the universes. See how everything updated here? All of the universes. That's fantastic. All of the regions and all of the systems. But if you scroll down in here, it'll tell you, okay, there's 3 barren planets here and 4 barren planets there. But as an example, we'll go right back in and click plasma, which are the hardest planets to find. This is where it can be really helpful. Um, Now I know I'm in Intex 6. I'm right here. I know that there's one plasma planet there. There's no plasma planets here because nothing popped up. So see, notice there's one there, there's one there. I don't have to fly around or pull up each one of these systems. I can get a general feel for everything. Is that 2? There's 2 plasma planets right there. Now that's out in, I think that's Scalding Pad. I'm not sure. Did not know that the system could have 2 plasma planets. So my suggestion isn't to use the planet hookup or lookup. My suggestion is to mess around when you're bored with the planet the map system in game. You can definitely use Dotland and some of the other third-party systems, but this has so many options that are here: services, sovereignty, NPC activity. It can really save you some time and just really help out with your gameplay. Okay, not going to bust on that a whole time because the second one is you know how I like to do experiments. Um, I did a little bit of an experiment this morning and last night. You know that I've been working on moving out to a new planet to set up some construction. Um, and an example would be um, I set up a plasma planet. I haven't put anything down because I wanted to test it and show a video of it. I've always wondered how much skilling up helps you in regards to setting up your planets. And obviously, and let's just go into the skill tree, um, and we'll go into planetary management. There we go. There's only 5 skills. As you can tell, I've been really working on these. This is actually the most, in any one of these sections, this is the ones that I popped up the most because I want to get them done and never worry about them ever again. If you look at interplanetary consolidation, that gives you more planets. It gives you up to 6 total. Your command center upgrades, these 2 I think are the most important. This gives you the largest number of facilities that you can have on a planet. But then I kept wondering, okay, how much does remote sensing, planetology, and advanced planetology really help in the grand scheme of things? And anybody who's done any type of planetary interaction, I was thinking I would skimp on these, but I thought, you know what? Let's go for it. Yeah, it's going to take another 18 days there, and I think probably about another 20 days to get this up to full tilt, um, as good as it can be. Actually, 14 plus I do have 19 days for that last 6th planet, which is very important. But that'll just sit there. But I wanted to see how much these actually affect. And I had just finished off my planetology level 4, and I hadn't started advanced planetology yet. So I thought I will pull up a planet. I knew I wanted to do a lava planet to start off with because they're somewhat plentiful, but they do give you good stuff. I'll talk about that in another video why I wanted to go with the lava planet first. Not going to waste your time on this one. But I wanted to see, as far as scanning the planet, how these skills going up might help you. And so what I did was I took a snip of the planet, here it is, before I got any of the advanced planetology in. This was at 0 advanced planetology. I did have 4 of the regular planetology, but not of the. And I just got my 3rd level. It took me about a day to get all 3. And this was the planet. There's my. I can't really. That's not helpful. What is going on there? So this is my command center right here that I dropped, and I took a snip. I love my snip. Took a snip of heavy metals right here. Okay, just to see what it looks like before I got those skills. So I'm going to pull that over here on the side. We'll bring that back here in a second. Now I've had a day of skilling up to work on just to get to level 3. I haven't looked at this yet. Go ahead and click on that. Close that out. Don't need that. And there it is. Notice I don't have any industries started up on it whatsoever. And I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here. So here's the planet. And I'm going to go in, and there is my command center right there. And I will go ahead and scan for heavy metals. There we go. Now, there isn't a huge difference, but I think it is significant if you're going for long-term work on this. I don't, people who haven't done it might not think this is a big difference, but I'm going to bring this right here. Maybe I can pull it in there. Maybe I need to make it just a little bit smaller so I can get them side by side. There we go. So this is the difference between level 3 and level 0 of advanced planetology. Now, I'd be very interested to see what no skills shows you. I'm sure there's a massive difference. But, and as you can see, like right here, it does help as far as where I want to put my extractors down at. If you notice over here, yeah, this is okay, but I want to keep everything focused in here. So this really is a better view of what I'm looking for. There's more of a dead spot here than in here. So yeah, not a huge difference, but it definitely is a difference. I'm interested to see what level 4 and 5, that might be a back burner type thing. Not as needed, because I do have planetology level 4 or 5 already set up in it. But I just want to show that as an example. I did watch the video from Talking Stations, and I really liked it. They talked about being adamant planetology people, people who are hardcore into it, having 15 different accounts. That's how they make their money. Or you can be a passive player who just sets things up and lets it run and makes some ISK on the side. That's what I'm going to be. Now that I have the skills for it, I'm not going to kill myself because I would have to skill up all those other characters to do the same thing. I'm not going to mess with that. I don't have time for that. I want to fly spaceships. But I also want to get the best bang out of my buck for this if I can without working too hard. So I can make more money so I can get blown up in more spaceships. So this is... Now, why did I put the command center here? Okay. Well, I looked over the planet a lot. Notice there's a lot. Heavy metals has the largest amount of good spots on this. Okay, and I have not mastered the change the scanning thing here yet. Let's see if I can find my... There you are. But the reason why I put my command center right here was after scanning around, I tried to find a central spot that I might have access to the most different types of the planetary interaction materials. And I'll just show you here. If I click on NCS character, non-CS crystals, I can still get to a decent amount of stuff. There's my command center there. I've got a decent extract area there. If I go to suspended plasma, I can jump out here a little ways. Might be a little bit tough, but I've got another one down here if I need to. And then we'll go over to felsic magma. Boom, on this side. And base metals. Now this is the only one that isn't close to here. But base metals are made on barren planets and I think some other planets. It's one of the easiest ones to find. So it was the least that I worried about. But I can extract these other 4, which are a little bit tougher to find, and just roll with it from there. So that's why I dropped down the command center there. It doesn't mean that I have to put my extractors and everything here, but I do want to maximize my bang for the buck. So that is that. I will be messing around with that, and I'll show you in later videos my progress. I won't spend as much time. I'll just say, hey, here's the planet. Bang it. This is what I'm doing. Bang. It's never that fast with me. I talk too much. That being said, I meant to say this at the beginning of the video. I want to thank. I got some really good feedback the last couple of days, and just basically a couple people saying they really like the way that I do the videos. I don't want to say I plan them very much. It's just kind of a quick thing. I'm really just focused on having fun and bringing that to other people and showing them maybe a different way of playing the game. There are so many different ways to play this game. There's so many different ways of having fun at this game. And other games I have played where I have min and maxed and power gamed and figured out every last little morsel. and then you hit an edge. And I think with this game and the last couple months I've been playing, there's so many options that I can jump around on that uh, I'm just having so much fun. And if I get tired of one thing, I can move to another area. I can move to another thing um, with the options. But I really want to thank the nice comments that a couple guys sent to me the last couple days on my videos. I'd like to say I professionally did them, but I didn't. I'm just having fun, and I appreciate that though. Thank you. So that being said, um, what I really wanted to do today when I was driving home was I wanted to do a video to have fun, a really fun video, and I can't do it, and I'll explain why. So I have Mr. Ashford Rogers here. This is my main character here. If you ever anybody wants to join, we got the 5Cs comments com, channel here. Please feel free to join on up. Uh, I'm not recruiting. I'm just saying, hey, I'm looking for like-minded people. But and what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to my other character that I've been playing recently out in the systems of Syndicate. And what I was wanting to do, if you've heard from me in the past, is I really like traveling from one area to the other, avoiding getting killed. And I thought I wanted to really challenge myself tonight. And I think I might do it in the future, but I need to figure out a starting point. Um, but I wanted to travel from where I'm at to the region of Stain. Let's go ahead and pull that up here. Well, first, let's go ahead and get out of here real quick. We're going to go ahead and log off. Do you really want to log off? Yes, I do. Does anybody out there have that weird? It always asks me, "Are you sure you want to log off?" And then click here to not be asked that question. I always never click there. I always want to have that option because I know I'm stupid. And it's like going into LoSec. Do you want to not get this warning screen? No, I always want that warning screen because at some point I'm going to screw up and not do it. So we got Mr. Amos Abraham here. He is my daredevil recently, flying from system to system. Let's go ahead and pull up Dotland real quick, just to show you what I was planning on doing here. Dotland. There we go. Dotland 8 maps. And let's go ahead and pull that over here. And let's make sure my face isn't in the middle of it all. It isn't. Good. Okay. So here's Dotland. You know, you've seen me use this all the time. It's probably the most used third-party site for Eve. Fantastic site. I'm currently in Solitude right here. I'm most of the time spending time in Syndicate. I bumped out of it real quick just to see what Solitude was like. I haven't flown back. But what I was thinking was, I do want to check out Stain, which is down here. But I hadn't looked at the map yet. I was driving home and I'm like, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to fly to Stain. I'm going to fly there and I'm going to die on the way there. Because, and anybody who doesn't know this, well, you probably haven't played much of Eve. If you know this, the colored regions here are Empire space and they're a lot easier to travel in. Other players won't really try to kill you most of the time if you're in what's called high sec. But all of the outlying areas are completely player controlled. Mostly, but there is no one out there to. The main thing is there's no police out here. This is like the barren wastelands of. I grew up in Oklahoma when I was a kid. It's like no man's land. If you ever heard of no man's land in Oklahoma, it's the Panhandle top of it. Little known fact. The Panhandle, it's a huge area, but there was a topographical. I gotta pull up a map of Oklahoma here. I'm stupid. Let's just see here. Google Maps, because it's easier for me to just. Where are you there? Google Maps, and that's not what I wanted. all the way out, all the way out. By the way, I live in Pennsylvania. Um, so over here, and this I'm going to give this as an example. Yeah, I'm going to get there. This won't go for me. So here is Oklahoma, right here. Okay. Now this is very similar to nullsec and Eve, and especially this area right here. And this is the Oklahoma Panhandle because this looks like a pot. Little known fact: this area right here, there was a topographical error uh, well over 100 years ago that this area here was not on any maps. This whole area right here. And it is where all the bandits and bad guys in the West used to hang out because no one knew to go there. Um, and I'm sure I've never visited there. I lived over on the eastern side, whereas here all this green is. I lived over here when I was a kid in Claremore, Oklahoma. But we had to take Oklahoma history, and that was fascinating to me. In junior high, I had to take Oklahoma history, if you can believe it. And so I think of this area here, Hooker, um, as nullsec, but in reality, I think of it like the Sancha area because, and I'm gonna get back to the Eve side of it here. Sancha is still NPC. All of these other areas are owned by players mostly, and even these ones that are still owned by NPC corporations, Curse and Angel, they're only one jump away from being back in a safe space. The society there, but Stain is the one area that is not player controlled, but is also not directly accessible. You have to go through player controlled areas to get there. So it's almost a forgotten area. And then when you pull it up, I'm looking at it and it's huge. This is how many systems are here, but there's only 3 ways in. There's only 3 ways in to get there. So my goal tonight was going to be to fly here through all the player controlled areas where I can get shot at and killed instantly, to have some fun that way, and see if I can make it. And then I got home and looked at the maps and I went, there is no way I have the time or the tonight or the means to get there, because I looked at 3 separate things. Okay, if I go through period basis, right here is period basis. To get to Stain, there's my link right there, I'd have to go through Delve. What's going on in Delve right now? 6,000 people are fighting at different times, trying to kill each other. There's no way I'm getting through here. There's gate camps galore. I mean, I would die in half a second going through there. Even if I had the most blinged out ship ever with the best skills, I'd probably die. So the second one to get into Stain, I'll just bump it out here, is right here. Esoteria. Bump right back out. So Esoteria right here. Well, I'd have to go through period basis, or I'd have to swing all the way down here, come up through the bottom of it to get there. So then you've got one last way in. Oops, that is Google Maps. And that is through Catch right there, which is cool. There's a way in. It's right here, Catch. So, and that's the shortest distance to actually get there by the way this map is, okay? And my first inclination was, well, maybe I still have a chance to do this. Let's look at the connecting systems. So, came over here, and I was looking for Stain. Where are you, Stain? Where are you, Stain? Stain. Oh, there it is, right there. So my first thought is, okay, I talked about this last night or the day before. It's called a pipe system. Everyone has to fly through it. So you want to check it and see if there's anybody killing anybody recently. So I want to check this one, and then I want to check that one. So I'm going to check this one. Okay. Ship kills in the last 48 hours. 1. Fantastic. Fan-frickin-tastic. So that's an option. So then I check this next one over here, and that is right here. DSS. All right, I got 2 kills in the last 48. Not bad. Both pod kills. Those are both players killing them. Um, doesn't worry me that much. I'm cool with that. And then you want to go 2 more down because you might get somebody killed here or here. So main one is just it's that first one. Nobody dead there. That's good. Now this is just the first scan of it, the first run through. There's other things you can do. You've seen me do it before. Other things you can check, especially as you get closer. Here, still, again, not that bad. We've got 3 kills in the last 2 hours. Nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. This is definitely a great option that I might be able to take to fly in there, at least right now. Um, so then I went into Eve and I was like, okay, let's grab either a shuttle or another Amicus. Then we'll have something to get out there in. And then I did a search and I said, okay, how far away is this? And then I realized it's 44 jumps. It's 44 jumps. Each jump takes 2 to 3 minutes. So if I would have started doing this on when I got home 3 hours ago, I might even be kind of close to getting there. Maybe. I'm not doing that tonight. I might do it over the weekend. That's why having 2 characters, I have fun with it. I'm not doing that right now. I don't have enough coffee for that. But that was my plan. So I'm sorry I couldn't do that. But I do want to do it in the future. So what am I going to do tonight? Well, I'm not going to. All I'm going to do is buy a ship and blow stuff up. And how do you do that when you fly junky ships? Well, the first thing you do is you pull up your handy dandy Alpha's Guide to the Galaxy, which I've shown in the past. There's other sites out there that you can do this with. I just use this when I don't have any. I don't really want to think about things. I know I can fly in Algos. I pulled up Galente's ships. Here is a recommended fit for the Algos. Pull that one up. Here's the fit here. I've shown this before. He usually gives you a basic fit here, and then he gives you a second fit right here. Again, this is the Alpha's Guide to the Galaxy. I like pointing out really easy to use sites. If you're a new player or somebody who just wants to try out a different type of ship, I would suggest him. And then his stuff is very basic. He spends a lot of time explaining them in a very basic way. There are definitely better fits and things that are out there, but this is something that can get you up and running and ready to roll and have a lot of fun. So again, all I'm going to do tonight is fit out this ship. I might go with the Model Light, or I might just go with a regular Algos here because most of my damage is going to be done by my drones anyway. And I'm going to fly around and kill stuff before I get killed. I don't want to bore you with that, but I just want to do a nice little video. Again, I meant to say this at the beginning of the video. Thank you so much for the great comments. If you guys have any ideas of things you want to try, want me to try, or you want to try together, please feel free to message me in-game or in YouTube. I try to reply to everybody that I can. Buddy of mine in the game just sent me an email the other day, and I still haven't read it. I am so sorry. I read parts of it, and then I was like, this is a lot of information that I want to take into account. And so I'm looking forward to checking that out. But I also want to blow up some spaceships, and then I need to get some sleep and get to work tomorrow. So, but hey, thanks again, everybody. You guys have a great night. Fly safe, fly dangerously. Fly however the heck you want. Alrighty, have a good one. Bye-bye.